Hello, ladies and gentlemen. GreatTaz here once again with another replay from the world of tanks. And in this replay, we will be watching a GWE100 on Abby, being played by Kornelito12 on the European server. Now, I know what you're going to say. Why an Arti replay? And Arti are OP, and they need to be removed from the game. Arti is a really situational, and this shows you what a good Arti player can actually do. It is a tier 10 battle. It is a 5-10 matchmaking, and so he's got a lot. But just watch the minimap mostly. I'm going to expand this as large as possible. So that gives you the largest view of the minimap to see what's going on. Now, if you watch him, he's a really good player, as you can tell if you look at the XVM stats here and stuff. He is timing his shots. He's learned the roughly how long it takes one of his shots to go from point A to point E on the map, and he's dead center. So it's a lot of knowledge, a lot of remembering, and that's what he's doing. He remembers, okay, this is how long roughly it took before, and this is how long it's going to take now, and this is what I want to do, and stuff like that. So it's a matter of knowing your tank, knowing your shell velocity, knowing your burst damage area, and stuff like that. Now, there's quite a few spots here that he could actually take in a shot, and he didn't. And it's because he's going for the more, the better target, and sometimes a different target. And if you notice, he's not actually direct hitting a lot of targets because Arti's based off of HE mechanics, explosion mechanics, and as you notice, he moves over to get that Ghetto 65 there, he goes red right there. See, as he's in the G mode, it shows him going red because he's hitting that rock. So he has to do what he can. He got splash damage, so he's using that to his effect. Now the Pagetto here is in kind of a situation where he's got 277 on his side. He's shooting at the 51 in the base, and he has Arti shooting at him. So it's kind of a thing like, what is he going to do? And he's kind of in a bad position when it boils down to. Now here we're going to see a nice shot, probably. Looks like he's wanting to take out the enemy Skoda. He sees where the Skoda is heading, so he's going to fire in front of it and gets a direct hit into the back rear quarter panel and completely takes out the Skoda. See, he's now moving from his initial position. His team is winning 7-5. But you got the Conqueror over there. You got the IS-7 who's still in the low portion of the city. And then they only got one person, the Conqueror. Well, they had one person, the Conqueror, on the 1-2 line. So now the enemy owns the 1-2 line. And that's pretty much what it is. And the Conqueror, I think he was trying to drown himself. Or he got down there and got tracked himself. That's like there's only a few spots in that whole side of the map that you can actually drown yourself. That happens to be one of them. So, as you can tell, that's what he did. And you see that Korn here, he's shooting and moving. He didn't initially. There's only one enemy Arti, so it's not super simple to really figure out where the enemy Arti is, just being one Arti. Now, the thing about the GWE, as people call it, or the GWE100, is you literally have enough rounds that you'll never run out of rounds, and you can fire every time you're loaded. And as you see here, he's using standard round now. He's switching to premium rounds, and Arti only have 2 rounds since they took AP away from Arti. And they decreased the accuracy and stuff like that. Now, taking just the accuracy away would have, I think the reason they took AP rounds away is because just taking accuracy away, it really defeats the purpose of having an accurate tank. Because if you can't direct hit with AP, you're not going to do any damage. And Arti is really based on doing explosion damage, high explosive rounds, not really penning. As you can see here, I mean, he is getting some direct shots in. He hit the T-30 with a direct shot. Now he hit the, what was it? Conqueror earlier with a direct hit. He hit the Skoda 50, T-50 with a direct hit. He is getting a few direct hits here or there. But in the long term of everything, I mean, a lot of his damage is coming from splash. And sometimes he's just, randomly shooting at blind shots and hoping to do damage. Like he did there at the T-30, and like he did earlier at the 60 TP, up there where the FV was last spotted in C3. So there's a lot an Arti can do. The biggest thing is it can't direct fire. Well, I mean, you can get lucky. You have a lob round, so it takes time to get to the location. So if a tank's moving fast and you shoot at the tank and don't try to lead it, you're going to miss 100% of the time. So it's just some of those little things like that. Now, the enemy is now 9-8. Korn's team has 9 kills to their 8. And things are looking like, pretty good for Korn's team. And this overall is actually a really decent game, up until the simple fact the Object 261 got taken out. It was a 1 Arti per team, and, opposing teams had to worry about being shot by Arti. There he takes a shot at the 60 TP, and it rolls up short. Real short, matter of fact. The 60 TP was at the bottom of the knoll, and he hit the top of the knoll. And that's another one of the things. Arti doesn't have a 100% hit rate, and everyone thinks, oh, Arti does have a 100% hit rate. No, they don't. A lot of times, Arti will miss. Arti's majority of their damage comes from, like I said, it comes from splash. Now here he's going to aim in on the 257. Looks like the Type 5 was also firing at him. There he fired at him. Notice no explosion. That means a direct hit. So he direct hit the 257. Now he's going to keep looking there. He's going to move around a little bit now. And now he's that's another thing Arti players do, and you really have to do, is let your team know where you're firing, where you intend to fire. And a lot of times, teammates really do not pay attention. And they end up getting hit. Sometimes it's the Arti player is just being vindictive and don't really care. But my theory is if you're in a match with Arti and he hits the T for targeting and you're around there, you should probably vacate the area, because he's going to fire soon. And some players will give you one notice, and that's it. And once that notice is up and gone, you're done. And he's going to freaking go ahead and shoot you. He's going to splash you. He's going to try to avoid shooting you, but, it may just happen. There, the 60 TP took out our 257. And the 60 TP started moving back towards the hill ridge. But the WT PZ4 is coming around the backside. Well, at least looks like he is. He's doing it real slowly because he doesn't want to be, with that 750. I think it's 750 alpha off the 60. It's going to one-shot, the PZ4, WT PZ4. There we go. The 60 TP shoots, and this is pure luck, and only would happen in the GWE, because it actually is the only tier 8 Arti or tier 10 Arti that kind of has armor. I mean, it's an artillery piece on an E100 hull, so that's. But in the long run, he got lucky. It was a heat round that bounced, so he would have had to hit a location on the tank that was, he didn't hit the upper carriage, the superstructure. He would have had to hit the hull, and then on top of that, he would have had to probably hit the corner piece. This is my thought. There's another shot out. That wasn't a direct shot. That was another AOE, I'll call it area effect damage, explosion damage. And then here we have, we lost our other tank, and now it's Type 5 and the Arti and the WT. Type 5 takes out the T30. Alright, it's 12-12. As you can see, at any point in time, things can change real quickly. There's another splash damage. Again, not a direct hit. And he doesn't get, full damage from a direct hit. Even a direct hit won't give you full damage. Just the way the HE and armor mechanics work out together. So, you see he's continuing to look around. He's looking. He doesn't want to get peeked up on by the Type 4 or the I-7. So he keeps peeking and moving on. Okay, there's Type 5. Type 4 is right there. He's going to take a shot. Now that was a direct hit, I'm pretty sure. The dirt explosion was just from the round hitting the tank and then blowing up. And, it's now 3-on-2. And it really is a deal. I'm overly surprised that I don't know what our WT PZ4 has been doing. He's been driving around in circles on the 1 through 3 line, B through D line, that whole square there, and just I no clue. I have no clue what he's thinking, no clue what he's doing. He's just driving around like a goofball. Well, it's now 3-on-2. Oh, there's the IS-7. All right, we go into Arti mode. Oh, what? Okay. The IS-7 is stuck. Wow, that sucks to be him because he actually just made it that if our team is paying any attention, and I know Arti is, just made it to knowledge that the IS-7 will be not a factor in this battle, and they can take him out at their leisure, and then once he's taken out, they can take out the Type 4. So the Type 4 is basically soloing 3 players right now. WT is creeping around here. There goes Arti shooting again. Now that's another splash damage. Type 4 is moving. We're going to look in on that. The WT takes out the IS-7. Rest in peace. Pieces in this case. And then WT's coming around behind the Type 4. We're still loading our last round. Getting ready. And the WT takes a nice ass shot into the Type 4 and takes him out. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. A victory from Arti's point of view. Oh, yeah. Alright, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Victory for Korn and his team. Let's go ahead and take a moment to go ahead and move on over to What Replays and check out his endgame stats. Alright, as you can see, it was an ace tanker. He got bruiser. He got shell proof for blocking more hit points than the value of his tank. So this tank has like 550. He bounced 750. Bingo. He got Gore Medal, which is doing 10 times the amount of damage as your hit points of your tank. And he did 5,880, and I'm pretty sure the GWE100 has like 550, so that is definitely 10 times. His ace tanker came from his 1048 base experience. He got Confederate for damaging 6 enemy tanks, which were then subsequently destroyed by his team. So you see there 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 7 damages that he did not kill. And then he got high caliber for the 5,882. And the closest was his teammate, the 5051, which died early and was 1,000 damage less than him. That's one heck of a lot of damage for an artillery piece. Alright. And as you can see, top in experience and top in damage. He fired 18 rounds. As I said earlier, Arti's not 100% accurate. Only of 18 rounds, 9 of them actually hit, which they all HE when they hit consider their pen. They consider pen. So he did 8 splash damages though, and he had 1 completely miss. All his damage was, of course, beyond 300 meters. He blocked that 750 from the 60 TP. His assistance came from tracking a couple enemy tanks. He didn't spot anything because everything was beyond his view range, which is the way you want to play Arti. And then 1384 for his stun, and he caused 15 total stuns. It wasn't a premium account, so he did lose some credits due to the simple fact of how much premium ammo he was using, but he used that to get the extra explosion range. And then here you can see his experience. Again, if he would have been playing in a premium account, he would have earned 17.5, but here he lost 12.5. That's a huge spread. If you stop and think about it, that's a 30,000 credit spread. Well, you know, it happens. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you enjoyed it. And please don't shoot me and kill me and beat me. Arti is in the game. Wargaming said they will not be removing Arti at all. They are very highly doubtful that they will add another tree, let alone even another premium artillery piece, because they really haven't figured out how to get Arti to fit into this game. And if you think about artillery, artillery is a long-range cannon that shoots rounds through the sky. And, you know, there's other games out there that have artillery, but they're not a playable vehicle, movable vehicle. It's kind of like the artillery strikes that you get in, for, say, strongholds. So you get that one strike, you get to shoot it, and hopefully it hits. If not, too bad, oh bad, so sad. Anyways, with that, I hope you did enjoy it. Please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't and think it deserves it, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and click the red subscription button, or wait a moment for my avatar to appear here and click it. And with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is GreatTaz saying we'll see you in the World Tanks. Have a great night.